The day my husband asks me to pay half some rent is the day I pack my bags. And go where? You can't even afford half rent, mate. I didn't think of that, did you? I'm scared of Muslims. Never know if they have a bomb or not. I know what you mean. I get really uncomfortable when I see a young white male walk into an elementary school or movie theater. Yeah, I'm scared of humans. Never know if they're gonna exist around me. And sometimes they suddenly start talking. It's so frightening. You guys live in apartments like this and don't say an issue. It drives me crazy that men can just sit and be happy. Yeah, sometimes less is more. What is your idea of the perfect date? DD, MM, YYYY? The other formats can be confusing, really. Yeah, absolutely. You don't know you're not a doctor. Actually, I do know that I'm not a doctor. Sometimes the lack in punctuations can get people confused. A meatball grinder is weak. As someone who transplanted from a stage series about grinders, this was disappointing. It was good but lacked sauce being hot and melting of cheese. This grinder is also relatively small for a pizza restaurant. I'm giving it 2 stars. I'm sorry, but I can't take criticism from someone who calls a sub a grinder. When your fake ID works, that's because you look 34. Uh-oh. Oh, come on, she was happy about that. There's a guy in front of me with Iraq a veteran plate frame, so I yell out my window, "Thank you for your service." He yells back at me, "Thank you for paying your taxes and putting me through college." Not what I was expecting to hear. I tweeted about how Europe is handling the pandemic better than America, and a bunch of people in my mentions are telling me to go live in Europe, and I'm like, I can't because Americans are in the left and because of how badly we are handling the pandemic. Oh. Guys, what made you realize this girl is definitely not into me? Gave a girl at work my number on a piece of paper and she handed it right back and said, "We talk at work all the time, so let's keep doing that." Oh, she was being rude. If men are agreeing with you, you said something stupid. You are absolutely right. Is that stupid? Put every gay person on an island and see how many generations come after. 0. Put you in a group of 100 women on an island and it will be the same results. Oh, the boring. I pretended to wash my hands until I was 10 years old and I was in the gifted program. We shouldn't reopen schools during a pandemic. See, that's what he did in his childhood. That's how kids are. You're a nurse and you should know all about the health issues you could end up with for a prolonged exposure. And as well that if you do have the virus and you wear the mask, it makes your symptoms intensify. The mask has zero ability to intensify virus symptoms, period. It does have the ability to keep sputter and droplets from a cough, sneeze, or even speaking out of the air. Wearing a mask and hand washing are proven infection control measures we can use. I'm unable to help anyone who can't understand the simplest of concepts. Yours should be you are, and then should be then. Oh, prolonged should have been prolonged. Masks aren't magical things, you can multiply or intensify anything. And also the wear should be a WEAR wear. If masks were necessary for our survival as a species, we would have evolved one by now. We haven't. We have noses and mouths. We have airways. It is not natural for people to go around with face masks on in their general life. And no amount of government propaganda can change that. Neil, do you wear shoes? I don't see you getting involved. Open the schools! Because you need to learn how to read a graph? Oh, just don't open them. Interviewer. So, Frank, you have long hair. Does that make you a woman? Frank Zappa. You have a wooden leg. Does that make you a table? Oh. Oh, my bad, dude. I'm 15. Age is never an excuse to be uneducated. So, what's yours? Oh, got him off guard. People who understand Chinese or Japanese. What's the dumbest thing you have seen tattooed on someone? A guy had this on his arm, said it meant a lover of Asian beauty, when in fact it means a foreign poet. Wonderful. Kids nowadays don't know nothing about these. Yeah, because that's how time works. If you didn't know about that before. Facebook just pulled an Obama and started accepting gay ads. max? I think the answer based on your internet browsing patterns. So pretty accurate. If any of you here are thinking of getting married, consider the following before you do. On the one hand, you get to wear a pretty cool ring. On the other hand, you don't. I don't get it. What's stopping me from wearing a ring on both? Probably your sense of humor. Yeah. If you're a woman and can't cook, it's like, what the hell was you doing your pre-teen years and teen years? Being a bad girl, gotcha. Working my ass off at school so I can be a boss as good girl and hire you as my chef since you're so good at cooking. Yeah, for that. Women still aren't funny. Maybe if one talks to you someday, you'll change your mind. Yeah, try to do it sometime. Amazed you passed the language test. Marky, right? It's passed. Oh, what a sweet comeback. How come cashiers at 24/7 McDonald's can de-escalate situations better than cops? Because we get fired if we don't. Maybe she's right. Cameras should be removed from cell phones. Cameras should be removed from cell phones. Everyone always has to take pictures and video of everything instead of enjoying things. Constantly having a camera at your disposal is ruining humanity in more ways than one. I don't think cameras are the problem, so much as social media. That's like blaming spoons for obesity. Oh, that's a new way to put it. These two bullets collided in the Battle of Gallipoli in 1950. The chances of this happening are a 1 in a billion. Name something more unlikely to happen. 3 bullets colliding? Yeah. Or Karens are wearing a face mask. Why do so many murderers bury victims in their own backyards? Because not everyone has a trunk space or gas money to drive way out in the middle of nowhere to dump their bodies. Check your privilege, we are all doing the best we can out here. RIP to them, but I will survive that. I'm just built different. You're probably right. Cockroaches can't survive a nuclear blast, so you should be fine for a shockwave too. Yeah, you're safe, you little guy. Pedophiles are human beings. So what's Hitler? Will you point? What are you trying to say? I asked my wife to share her queen-size blanket, to which she replied she was a queen and therefore the blanket was already at max capacity. Oh, typical queen behavior. The hardest part of when this whole virus thing is over in 2022 is we're all gonna have to go back to bars and socialize, knowing there is a good chance we are talking to the geniuses who refused to wear masks and made this job take this long. Yeah. Not a big fan of your chicken nuggets. Not a big fan of your existence. Oh, give this Wendy's employee a raise. Some of you actually believe that Pfizer caused virus. I won't forget that. If you want to be blind to what's going on in society, then go ahead. Don't call people crazy for seeking the actual truth instead of believing everything the government tells them. Your own research is always some Photoshop crap and YouTube videos. Oh, just got punched in the face for being named Mark. That's gonna leave a mark. Oh, hi, Mark. A weirdo. Why did you like my pic from 2017? I'm not good. You just haven't looked good in a while. Oh, here's a solid one. Wrong. We have more cases because we have tested far more than any other country. 60 million. If we tested less, there would be less cases. So, if Herman Cain hadn't been tested for virus, he would still be alive? Yeah, he couldn't be more convincing. School boards, we don't have the power to enforce a mask policy on students. Also, school boards. No dreadlocks and no haircuts with designs, and no distracting hair colors, and no visible shoulders, and no bra straps showing, and no knees showing, and no open-toe shoes, and no political shirts, no. Also, not taking photos of how unsafe the school is. Yeah, but we don't have the power to enforce a mask policy. There's catfishing, and then there's whatever the hell this is. What a weird way to announce to the world that you have never had a girl sleepover. Oh, if you watched this before, I believe you must have enjoyed watching this video. So if you could leave a like and subscribe to this channel, that would help this channel to a great extent. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day.